Hello everyone, welcome to Self-Love You. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jenna Ryan, your self-love life coach. Those of you who haven't been on my channel before, welcome. This is the channel where we talk about learning to love yourself, healing from relationships that are not good for you, healing from codependency, and a host of other things. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if you're interested in content like this. Please share with people that you think will be helped by it, and make sure that you ring the notification bell so that you get an update every time I put out a video. So I am so excited today. Today's topic is how to stop someone from hijacking your life. This is a very important topic for many of us who have overcome or are working on overcoming codependency issues. A lot of times, like myself, when I was a codependent person and living in a codependent lifestyle, I did not know what I felt or what I thought. I did not know that I had the right to come to my own conclusions. I just took what other people told me and ran with whatever they told me. I didn't have an internal guidance system. I didn't have anything that was really holding me together other than the validation and the approval of others. So if someone told me to do something, I would do it. If someone told me I was doing something wrong, I would literally feel as if I'm doing something wrong. I had people set up in my life who would help me to make major decisions. I don't even know if I could go to the bathroom without asking someone if it was okay. I know that sounds ridiculous, and today that's not the case, but there was a time in my life where I did not have confidence in my own thoughts, in my own feelings, in my own beliefs, in my own needs, and the things that I needed. I did not have the confidence to take action on who I was and what I thought was important. So what I did was I went to other people. I could not figure things out. I was living in a state of confusion. I needed someone who would tell me what to do. I needed to pick up the phone and call someone and say, how should I handle this person who's being rude to me? Or I needed someone to agree with me before I could take action on my behalf. I could not do anything on my own. And so what this means is that I allowed people in my life to hijack my life. Because when you are someone who can't make your own decisions, when you are someone who is not operating from a core sense of self, from your true self, then you are going to be susceptible to have people in your life who will take the reins of your life. They will very, very readily, very willingly take the reins of your life and hijack your life and tell you how to live your life and what you should be doing and what you're doing wrong. And whenever you're in this codependent state, you're in a very open state where people can say things and it pierces to your very soul because you don't have boundaries against people telling you what to do, and also because you don't have internal boundaries that keep the bad stuff out and allows the good stuff in. You just simply allow everything in and you don't have any stops, and it can be a very painful way to live. And so I want to talk to you about not letting someone hijack your life, not letting someone take you over, not letting someone have too much power, but actually having power over yourself. That is so important, that you know who you are and you know what you want and you know how to have set standards and put boundaries up to keep people from coming in and controlling you. One of the things that you want to watch out for are people in your life who actually give commands. Because if you are someone who is codependent, who was raised in a codependent fashion, who is working on overcoming your codependency, you may have a tendency to be easily susceptible to suggestion. And you may have a tendency to listen to commands. So that is why it's very important that you pay attention to what people are telling you. If you have people in your life who say, don't do this, don't do this. Now, I'm not talking about advisors and counselors, but it can be advisors and it can be counselors. but not exclusively. I'm talking about your average friend or your mother or your father or your sibling or someone in your life who is constantly saying, don't do this, you need to do this, you don't need to do this. That is a command. And if you have codependent tendencies and no internal boundaries and no sense of self, when someone tells you what to do, you will actually do it or feel guilty for not doing it. You will not know how to listen to your own heart. You will not know how to tap into your own intuition, because if you are in a codependent state and operating in a codependent state in your relationships, you don't realize that your thoughts and your feelings matter, that your needs matter, that your beliefs matter. So you will easily give control over to another person, to a third party, and you'll be looking for people. You'll be actually looking for people to tell you what to do in minute situations. Like, what should I do? Should I tell him this? Should I tell her this? Should I go here? Should I go there? And you literally cannot make a move without being told yay or nay. I'm here to tell you that that will cause somebody to hijack your life. No one knows what's best for you more than you do. You know what's better for yourself more than anyone on the planet. You know, one of the things that I did whenever I was very first starting out and really just didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know which way was up. I didn't know which way was front, which was backwards. All I knew is that it was good to be good and it was bad to sin. And so I would go to the Bible and do every single thing that Bible said. And I was just, which is good in a way because I developed my faith. But then there were people in the church who were bossing me around, and I didn't know how to say no. And I thought everybody knew better than me. And I didn't realize that I have a right to make requests. I have a right to have preferences. I have a right to live my own life, and that I have a right to interpret the Bible in the way that I interpret it. And no one else has a better interpretation of the Word of God than me. And I was able to say, okay, no, I wasn't. And it was awful. And I was tossed, and it was like a tornado, and I didn't have any walls, and I didn't have any foundation, and I didn't have any sense of who I was or what I wanted or how I felt. So all I did was walk around feeling like crap all the time. I felt like crap because I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know where to go. And if I didn't have somebody to tell me what to do, boy, I was really upset. I was looking for someone. I was looking for someone to tell me how to live my life, to tell me that I was okay, to tell me that I was valuable, to tell me that my choices were correct, and I would get people that would tell me, okay, what you're doing is right. I think that's right. How the heck can someone else know what is right for you? They can't. Now, a lot of us, when we are not properly, when our GPS, our intuition is not calibrated, we may have an inkling, we may have a desire, we may have a drive to do things that are contrary to our good and contrary to our well-being. And if we're in that state, we may need to lean on someone who is a counselor or a life coach or someone to help us out of a rut, to help us, to validate us, to get us to where we need to go. But it doesn't need to be everyone, and it doesn't need to be permanently, and it doesn't need to be all your decisions. Because even a life coach, even a counselor, even a therapist, even a doctor, even someone close to you can be wrong. Only you can know what's truly right for you. And in my opinion, it's better to follow your own path and be wrong than to follow someone else's path and be wrong. Okay? Because when you follow your own path and you're wrong, you're going to learn from it. When you follow someone else's path and you're wrong, you're still wrong and you didn't learn anything because you followed someone else. All you learned was that following that person can lead you into a ditch. Okay, so when you're not following your own path, when you're allowing someone else to puppet you, to make you into their puppet, to make you play a role of less than, a role of not knowing what to do, a role of needing advice, a role of, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You know what to do. What to do is stop allowing yourself to be abused, take care of yourself, work on those hurting parts of yourself that are allowing yourself to be in situations that are unhealthy, and begin to take steps towards healthy stuff. It's okay to get advice. I'm just talking about as a lifestyle, because for me, before I came out of this, it was a lifestyle for me to ask other people's opinions for everything and to get approval for everything. And I couldn't make up my own mind, and I didn't even know what my own mind was. It took a lot of soul searching for me to really understand who I am, what I want, and what I deserve, and that my feelings matter, my thoughts matter, and that I have the ability to make great things happen in my life. Because there's not an external locus of control. I control what goes on in my life, and I have power to make things happen, and I have power to sit back and let things happen, and I choose to make things happen, and I choose to take responsibility for my own life, and I choose to follow my own path, and I choose to tap into my own well of truth, which is within. We each are equal, and we each have our own wellspring of truth. No one has more truth than the other. Some people may have learned and may have more wisdom, and those are people you want to listen to that can help you out of a rut, but you don't want to go get their advice for every single aspect of your life. No one has that. And if you think that they do, then you're putting too much faith in one person, because you are you, and you have the right way for your own path. So begin to go inside, begin to meditate, get to know your feelings, unravel your rubber band ball, get to know each and every one of your feelings, and begin to make your own moves in life instead of asking other people what move you should make. Because other people, especially if they're bad people, or people that are narcissists or sadistic or controlling or have their own personality disorders, then they may have a tendency to tell you to do things that actually are not for your best interest and can end up hurting you in the long run. And who needs that? Not you. You need your own path, and to, go on your own path and follow your own path and do your own thing and make your own mistakes. And if you make a mistake, pull yourself back and go, okay, well, at least it was my mistake. At least I followed my heart. And you know what? That part of my heart, maybe it needs a little calibrating. Maybe I was off. But how will you ever know if you were off if you're only asking other people for their opinion? You cannot. Now, anyway, so I could go on all day. I just wanted to stop and say how much I appreciate everyone. I appreciate you guys so much. I have really enjoyed this past year since the lockdown, and the opportunity that I've had every Monday. I come in and do the life coaching thing, and I've gotten to know so many of you, and so many of you I haven't met yet, but I'm sure I will be meeting in the future. I just can't tell you how adorable you are and how much I appreciate you. And, you guys are like, what? I'm so excited. And then we meet, and it's just so real, and it's so awesome, and I so appreciate it. And I'm so glad that it's on my heart to do that and meet you personally and hear your personal stories. And I just want to say to you, my friends, if you're a self-lovey and you listen to this channel, to keep on fighting, keep on going. Do not stay where you are. Do not go to other people for advice. I'm not talking about me as a coach, because I can give advice, but my advice is more to help you to know yourself more. I'm talking about going to other people, like that rotten person that always, laughs at you and mocks you for being so unable to make your own decisions. People look down on you if you're going to them for them to make your decisions for you. It's not something, it's not something you want to do. You want to make your own decisions and take your life back from the hijackers, because this is your life, and it's time for you to live your life with your own wisdom, being tapped in to your own truth. Okay, until next time, I'm Jenna Ryan, and I will talk to you soon.